Welcome to the fourth installment of the Sundown Series. We are still in the state of Arkansas. Don't worry, we will be moving shortly to our next state. I will let you know when that happens. A lot of people have been giving me states and counties and suggestions of where to go. Trust me, when I told you I've done my research, all the places that you have listed thus far, I have in my list. It's just that it's going to take some time to get there. Like I told you, this is a weekly series. And we're going to get there eventually. Trust and believe me. But today we will be talking about a place in Arkansas known as Craighead County, Arkansas. I can already tell that just by the name that this one is going to be a doozy. Like I said, sometimes it's all in a name. So let's go ahead and get started. Craighead County is a county located in the U.S. state of Arkansas. As of the 2010 census, the population was 96,443. The county has two county seats, Jonesboro and Lake City. Craighead County is Arkansas's 58th county, formed on February 19, 1859, and named for State Senator Thomas Craighead. It is one of several dry counties within the state of Arkansas in which the sale of alcoholic beverages is largely prohibited. Now, if you remember in the last Sundown Series video I did, that county, which I believe was Clay County, also was considered a dry county in which they prohibited largely the sale of alcoholic beverages. Craighead County was a part of the territory claimed for France on April 9th, 1682 by Rene Robert Cavalier, Sieur de la Salle, who laid claim to all of the land drained by the Mississippi River and its tributaries. La Salle's claim was named Louisiana in honor of Louis, the King of France. The Treaty of Fontainebleau, 1762, was signed between France and Spain, and ownership of the Louisiana territory west of the Mississippi River was transferred to the Spanish crown. As a result of the 7 Years' War, and Craighead County became a Spanish possession. Spain controlled the territory encompassing the county until October 1st, 1800, when Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, that's interesting right there, because if you know your history, you know how wicked Napoleon was. But let's just put it this way. Napoleon was like the equivalent of what you would deem a Chihuahua. Think about it that way. So when you think of somebody when they say someone has a Napoleon complex, they're thinking of someone like him, someone who's short, who has a lot of mouth, but they claim to have all of this power, in which at one point Napoleon did have. But he was also a very staunch racist man who hated black people. And if you really know his history about him, then you'll know exactly what I mean by that. He says, for Spain to return the lost territories to France under the Treaty of Ile-de-France. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing some of these words. Napoleon maintained grandiose plans to establish a vast French empire in Louisiana, but the Royal Navy prevented him from transferring troops or settlers to the acquired territories. Fear was high in the United States that Napoleon would attempt to close the Mississippi River to American trade. President Thomas Jefferson, another person that many of us are familiar with, and not for good reason, inquired about purchasing an area near the mouth of the river to ensure that it would stay open to American goods. Napoleon, needing money, offered to sell the United States the entire territory of Louisiana for $23,213,568. The treaty was finalized in 1803, and the land that would become the Craighead County became the possession of the United States. So it's interesting how Craighead County was once a French possessed county before it became an American territory. But then again, when you look at the history of the U.S., a lot of the territories were owned by other nations before they were put together almost like a puzzle in what we now know as the United States. Craighead County remained in the Louisiana Territory until the state of Louisiana was admitted to the Union. At that time, the territory that includes modern-day Arkansas was attached to the Missouri Territory. In 1813, the area was included in a new political subdivision known as Arkansas County, which was a political subdivision of the Arkansas District of the Territory of Missouri. In 1850, the county was further subdivided and Lawrence County was formed with its seat at Davidsonville. This new county included most of what is now known as northern Arkansas. The modern Craighead County lay partially within Arkansas County and partially within Lawrence County. Residents of the Missouri Territory soon began petitioning Congress for admission to the Union. Their request did not include the District of Arkansas, and Arkansas residents petitioned for separate territorial status for their district. In 1819, the Arkansas Territory was formed. In 1838, Poinsett County was formed and included most of present-day Craighead County. This situation persisted until 1850 when residents of the area complained about the distance to the Poinsett County seat. In 1858, State Senator William A. Jones' campaign platform included a promise to seek the formation of a new county for the area. His election was successful and helped push legislation for the formation of the new county. The new county was to be formed from lands taken from Greene, Mississippi and Poinsett counties and was to be named Crowley County in honor of Crowley's Ridge, which runs through the center of the county. Senator Thomas Craighead represented Mississippi County and opposed the bill because the farmland it took from Mississippi County, commonly known as the Buffalo Island area, was a major source of property taxes for the county. One day, while Senator Craighead was away from the floor, Senator Jones amended the bill to change the county's name to Craighead County. The Senate, thinking it was a compromise, approved the bill as amended. By the time Senator Craighead returned, the bill had already left the Senate and he took no further action. Craighead County was officially formed February 19th, 1859, in gratitude the citizens, then named the main county seat Jonesboro for Senator Jones. Some sources say the name was actually proposed by Senator Craighead in a resolution. Lake City, just across from the St. Francis River from the Buffalo Island area, was formed and was added as a second county seat in 1883. In the early 20th century, Clay, Greene, and Craighead counties had sundown town policies forbidding African Americans from living in the area. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the county has a total of 713 square miles, of which 707 square miles is land and 5.5 square miles is water. Let's see here. As of the 2000 United States Census, there were 82,148 people, 32,301 households, and 22,093 families residing in the county. The population density was 116 people per square mile. There were 35,133 housing units at an average density of 49 square mile. The racial makeup of the county was 89.27% white, 7.78% black or African American, 0.33% Native American, 0.60% Asian, 0.2% Pacific Islander, and 0.93% from other races, and 1.6% from two or more races. 2.12% of the population were Hispanic or Latino of any race. Now, what's interesting so far is that out of all the counties that I have come across in so far for this state, Craighead County is the only one that has a black population exceeding 1%. As a matter of fact, behind white people that live there, black people make up the second highest demographic. But look at how low that is. The white people that live there is 89.27% as of 2000. Now that's just as of 2000. It could have definitely changed since then. But at the time, below that, 7.78% was black. They were the second highest demographic behind them, but look at how low those numbers were. There were 32,301 households, out of which 32.30% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 53.30% were married couples living together. 11.40% had a female householder with no husband present, and 31.60% were non-families. 25.20% of all households were made up of individuals, and 9.10% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.46, and the average family size was 2.96%. The median income for a household in the county was $32,425, and the median income for a family was $40,688. Males had a median income of $30,366 versus $21,109 for females. When you think about it, the gap as far as men versus women there for their money making is not a huge gap. Like, it's only like a little over a $9,000 difference. The per capita income for the county was $17,991. About 11.60% of families and 15.40% of the population were below the poverty line, including 19.40% of those under 18 and 13.40% of those age 65 or over. So there it is right there, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much Craighead County. But the meat of this particular Sundown series was most definitely in the history in the forming of this county. Interesting how it mentioned Napoleon, who we know was a racist. If you go into even more detail, Napoleon was the one who was responsible for blowing the noses off of the Sphinx in Egypt, to basically not let the melanated people know that was them, because, let history tell you palm colored people were the ones who was in ancient Egypt. And then they tried to whitewash all the ancient Egyptian style films. And then, they mentioned Thomas Jefferson, who we know was he owned slaves. And, the story with Sally Hemings, and the rest is history. But that's pretty much all I have for this particular Sundown series, and this was Craighead. Now, I know they mentioned Jonesboro. Now, I have heard of Jonesboro. That's one city I have heard of when it comes to Arkansas, and of course, Little Rock. Everybody knows about that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Did you learn anything new based on the information that I gave you for Craighead County in Craighead County, Arkansas? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you have not done so already. Follow me on Twitter. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.